Hey guys, and welcome back to another vlog. So I thought I'd film this clip now because basically on my Instagram I asked for some questions for a video, and it obviously wasn't this vlog, it was another video that I planned to film. That didn't go ahead, so I thought I'd answer the questions in this clip at the beginning of the vlog. In today's vlog, we are going to be taking Cole to have his hair cut for the first time because the hairdressers opens today, so we are going later this evening and I'm very excited for him to have a haircut. It's definitely well overdue. So without rambling about all that, I'll speak to you about that a little bit later on, but I'm going to answer the questions for you. You guys want answered. Why did you start your YouTube channel? Originally, I started my YouTube channel, well, my first video uploaded in, I think maybe March or February of 2017, and that was a Belieber video. And at that time I watched a lot of Alicia Marie. I've grew up watching Alicia, Law DIY and YouTubers like that since 2014, when all the videos like DIYs, room decor and things like that were really popular. So that was one of the reasons I started my channel, and kind of doesn't make sense because my first video was a Belieber video, but then I started getting subscription boxes, so that was my main intention of having my channel. I wanted to be a subscription box unboxing channel, but it turns out that it does cost a lot of money to get subscription boxes, and it definitely wasn't something I could afford long term. So I then fell pregnant and it became a family channel. So there has been a lot of reasons why I started my channel, but the main reason was because I was really inspired by people like Alicia Marie, and I always loved watching their videos and always imagined myself making them. So I decided one day to pick up the camera and start filming my own, and that's what I did. What's been hardest part in pregnancy so far? I would definitely say the complications, because with Cole it was a straightforward pregnancy, I'd say, up until 32 weeks when I started having complications. But apart from that, it was quite stress-free and things like that. With this pregnancy, I feel like there's always been something every other week. So at the start of my pregnancy, I had a suspected ectopic. Obviously that is not the case, and that is just something that was suspected, and obviously it never came about that it was that. I've also been suffering with a lot of pain the past few weeks due to either my health conditions or the baby, so I literally don't know, but I just feel like this pregnancy has just been full of complications. It's been full of one problem or another. She's either not growing, I'm either in too much pain, worrying that I am in too much pain and shouldn't be in that amount of pain. So it's definitely been a very complicated pregnancy for sure, and it is very true when people say no two pregnancies are the same, because that for me is very true. How do you cope so well being on your own? So if you guys are new to my channel, I do have a partner. I think people get very confused with this. I will go on to that a little bit later. I'm just going to answer the question because I do have a few questions about that. But yes, I do live by myself with my children. I don't live with my partner, and there is no drama around that. There's no tea, so I'm sorry you're not going to get that if that's what you're looking for. But yeah, I do live alone with my kids. Obviously currently just one child. My second baby isn't here yet. Cope, as simple as that might sound, and as plain and boring as it might sound, but I just do. You know, you just learn to just get on with it. I really like my own company, and I like it just being us because I'm so used to that, and it's always just been us. So we just kind of just learn to get along with it and just learn to deal with it. I'm not going to tell you that it is all rainbows and sunshine, because it is really hard sometimes, especially the past few days, because Cole's getting to a stage now where he is bored a lot of the time. You can be playing with him and he'll get up and you can just tell that he's bored. So that in a way is really hard, because then that makes me feel bad, and I'm constantly thinking, oh, am I not entertaining him enough? Am I not entertaining him enough? Am I not making him happy? Am I not being fun enough for him? So in that case, it's really hard. but I am trying my hardest, and some days it does get really hard. Like today I had quite a few things to do this morning. I've also got loads to do after this clip, so we're not going to be filming until Cole wakes up after this clip. I have so much to do. I've not had a chance to do hardly anything that I wanted to do. I'm also going through a phase of losing everything. It's either Cole hiding things or me losing things. So if it's not him, it's me. If it's not me, it's him. So that is currently the situation as well. I've had to turn off my TV because I can't find the remote to turn it down. So there's just always one thing after another, but you learn to just cope and get on with it. Some days are a lot easier than others, but there is going to be days where it is hard and you sit there and think, God, how am I coping? Because that is how I feel a lot of the time. I do sit there and think to myself a lot of the time, oh gosh, how am I going to cope? I'm going to have 2 babies, and if I'm struggling with one, how am I going to cope with 2? But you just learn to just deal with it because you know that's what you've got to do. You always seem so positive. What is your secret? To be honest, I always like to be positive because I feel like that is what people want to see. I don't think people want to come onto my channel and hear me moaning, but I do feel like sometimes if I feel like something needs to be said, then I will say it. I'm not going to hide my feelings towards a certain thing just because people think I'm a positive person and that's all that comes from my channel. I do try to be really realistic and let you guys know the ins and outs of what you want to know, whether that's parenting, relationships, and things like that. I do want to be completely honest with you guys because I feel like that is what people need to hear. I'm not here to tell you that things are so amazing and my life is perfect, because it definitely isn't. There's a lot of things that go on behind the camera. There's a lot of things that happen in between vlog clips that you do not see. So I think my secret to just being positive is, well, to be honest, I don't really think there is a secret. I think just in general I do try to be positive, but I can be very negative as well. I feel like it's okay being positive, but I feel like sometimes it's okay to be negative. Do you know what I mean? So there's certain situations where I will be negative and I will bring the negative things up, even if people say, oh, be positive. But sometimes you have got to be negative and you have got to look at the bad sides to things, because there's always good and bad everything, but you can't always focus on the positives either. So I don't know, I think I just want to create a happy environment for anybody that watches me. Best advice you've been given? To be honest, I don't really know. I feel like I've been given so much advice in my lifetime that I don't think I could pick up one bit of advice that was the best, because I've just been given that much advice in my life. I'll try and think of some, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to, because I've just been given that much advice. I really do not know which I feel like was the best one. I think I will come back to that question if I think of anything, but right now I just can't think of any best advice that I've been given, because I've been given a lot of advice, but it's just hard to narrow it down to one. Will you film the birth? No, I will not be filming the birth. There is going to be a few vlogs. I will kind of explain it now so it's all out in the open. But I've got another scan on Monday. I don't know if they're going to offer me an induction because the baby still isn't coming. So they might offer me an induction to get the baby started. If I get induced, I will not be announcing that on social media. That will be announced in a video, purely because I do not want my phone blowing up with people wishing me good luck, people wanting to know like what's happening and things like that. So I will be keeping it completely private. I know there's people out there that will tell other people. Unfortunately, I cannot control that. I would love people to keep my business private, but that is not always the case. So there is going to be people out there that tell other people, which does annoy me, not going to lie, and I do mention that a lot. I would rather tell people myself I'm being induced, but sometimes people just want to tell everybody everything, and it does get a little bit annoying after a while. So I will not be announcing if I get induced or anything like that. It will all be in a vlog. But to answer the question, I'll not be filming my birth, just because I feel like that is a moment that I want to spend with me and my partner, and I just want to just go through that and not have to think, oh, pick up the camera, I'm having a contraction, I'm about to push, like, let's film. No, I don't want to do that, and especially due to the pandemic, I just want to focus on the birth and be as calm as I can, because I know I'm definitely not going to be calm, that's for sure. So no, I will not be filming the birth, but I will be filming a little bit of the process. I can't exactly sit here right now and tell you exactly what I'm going to be able to film and what I'm not going to be able to film. But if I can't film on my camera, I will film a few clips on my phone of the baby when she's born. If I'm induced, then a little bit of me being induced, how I'm feeling, the progress I'm making, and you will see that in a vlog. But regarding the actual birth of my child, no, I will not be filming the birth. So sorry to disappoint if anybody was expecting that. Do you think you will get back with the children's father? So I'm going to answer this now. I get a lot of questions about whether I'm with my child's father or not, and the truth is I am with my child's father, but you do not see him on social media and you do not see him on YouTube because he chooses not to be on there, and that is absolutely fine. He is not a camera kind of person, and again, that's fine. I'm not going to force him to be on here. I chose to be on here. He didn't choose to be on here. So if he doesn't want to be shown, that's absolutely fine. But just don't assume that if you don't see something happening, it is not happening. But I feel like people do. So if you don't see something in a vlog, you just presume that it's not happening. But yeah, a lot of people assume that I'm not with my child's father, and a lot of people assume a lot of questions about him as well. I feel like we need to dedicate a whole Q&A to him because everybody loves to ask questions about him, and I'm not gonna lie, some people like to be a little bit nosy. Sometimes it does get a little bit annoying repetitively because I feel like sometimes I do feel like it gets a little bit annoying getting so many questions about him, because so many people I think assume that he's not around and I don't live with him and we don't have a good relationship. Just because you don't see him, do not be fooled, we are still together. We've been together for over 5 years now, so yes, we are still together. You guys just don't see him. I don't know if you ever will see him. You might see him in a few clips here and there, and you also might see him on my Snapchat if I post him on there sometimes. But yeah, we just don't choose to share our life so much on social media in terms of our relationship. We have kids and that's our main priority really, so that is why he's not shown. He just chooses not to be shown, and I'm not going to take advantage of that. If he doesn't want to be shown, then he does not have to be. But yes, we are still together. Is Cole going to start nursery? I am very indecisive about this one, and it is not due to COVID. It is due to the fact that I live a bus ride away from the nursery. Anywhere where I live, there is no nurseries that will accept Cole. He has to be 3 and he is only 2. So I am a little bit apprehensive. I do want him to start nursery for the fact that I think it'll be really good for him. I think it'll be a really good way for him to interact with other children and things like that. But I am not 100% sure, to be honest. He goes for his taster sessions next month, so I do need to get decided on whether I want him to go to nursery or not, because obviously it's going to be something to decide soon. So at the minute I am still a little bit apprehensive on whether to let him go or not, just because the main reason being we live a bus ride away. If for some reason we can't get there, rain, snow, whatever, we might not be able to get there, and I don't want him to constantly keep missing nursery because he's only going to be going 2 days a week anyway. And not just that, but it's going to cost me a fortune in bus fare for 2 days, because I again don't live near the nursery, so then I've got to figure out what are me and my little girl going to do for the day and things like that. So yeah, it is hard. A lot of things are running through my head. I don't know if I'm going to make a good decision or a bad decision. I feel like, to be honest, there's going to be something that I'm not going to be happy with regardless. Whether I send him to nursery, I'm going to be panicking that I can't get in there on time. That is the main reason, because the latest bus is 22 the hour and he needs to be at nursery for 9. So that's a hard one, but you know, we're just going to have to see what happens. But right now I'm still really indecisive on whether to send him or not. Do you get lonely? Absolutely. I feel like everybody at some point does get lonely on their own. Sometimes I would just like a human to talk to, do you know what I mean? It's great having my toddler around, but sometimes when you just want like a chat, like a girly chat with your best friend or something like that, yeah, it does get really lonely. Obviously I text my friends, but it's not the same as them being here and being able to just chat to them about everything. So yeah, it definitely does get lonely, but I'm so used to my own company. It's not very often I get lonely, but I definitely do get lonely at some points. What do you like watching on YouTube? I watch a lot of hauls on YouTube and I watch a lot of Pacific YouTubers. So I watch a lot of Sid and Elle, Brogan Tate, Charlotte in Wonderland, the Ace family, the Ingham family, so many people, but I think it's all down to the YouTubers, not the content, if you get what I mean. So yeah, in terms of what I watch a lot of hauls, so that varies who I watch, but in general there's a lot of Pacific YouTube channels that I watch, like I've just mentioned. What is your dream job? My dream job is to be cabin crew, and it always has been and it always will be. Because I've got kids, I don't know if that's ever going to go ahead, but it definitely is my dream job. Do you get any time for yourself? Realistically, no. But I choose that. I could easily ask somebody to look after my children and things like that, but I just choose not to because it's not something that I want to do. And I do feel like sometimes I need a break, but if I'm completely honest, I feel like if I'm having like a really bad day and things like that, if somebody takes Cole and then brings him back, I don't feel like I feel any better than when he left. Do you know what I mean? So it's not anything against Cole, that's just like how I feel. So if I'm having a really bad day and somebody takes him for a few hours to give me a break, it honestly does not help. Breaks away from my children just don't help me. So I choose not to have a break very often from my children because it honestly does not help. Some people choose to have quite a few breaks from their children and that's fine, but I don't choose to because it honestly does not help me in the slightest. The only time I get time to myself is when Cole is asleep, but that's usually either editing or I'm looking at stuff for the kids that they need, or I'm cleaning, because that is my life. So yeah, I don't really get a lot of time to myself. Would I like it? I don't really know, because I've been a mum now for 2 years. I'm so used to this and it's what I've dreamed of my whole life, so I don't really feel like I could really ask for any time to myself because I don't really feel like I want it. The odd time I will get time to myself, like when I go to concerts and things like that, but due to lockdown obviously that's not been happening. Did you plan your pregnancy? Both of my pregnancies were planned in a way. So my first was definitely planned, Cole was planned. We didn't sit down and say, right, let's try for a baby. That wasn't the case. It was just a case of being like, if it happens, it happens. With this baby, I think it was kind of the same. I think we more expected it to happen when it didn't happen. So when it happened, it was quite a big shock, I'm not gonna lie, because I was really early on when I found out with my little girl. But with Cole, I was 4 weeks along when I found out with him, and it was a really strong positive line. And with this one, it was very faint line, so I was really confused on if I was pregnant or if I wasn't pregnant. So both of them were planned, none of them were unplanned. We just didn't fully sit down and say, let's try for a baby. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? It's a hard question because I have a lot of goals and ambitions. If you know me, you know I could literally write you a bucket list a mile long for the amount of things that I want to do in my life. I would have liked to have bought a house, which sounds really dramatic, doesn't it? When I'm currently a stay-at-home mum, so that probably does sound really extreme to some people, but I definitely would like to have bought my dream house. I'd like to be in a stable job that I like and I enjoy. So yeah, that's kind of all I see myself in 5 years. And also travelling, because travelling is my biggest goal in life and that's all I ever want to do with the kids. Scared about anything with this second pregnancy? That's the last question, by the way. Yes, definitely. I think because I've experienced it once, I kind of know what to expect, which I feel like when you're a first time mum, it can be really nerve-wracking because you literally have no idea what to expect. You can listen to so many people's stories of their labour and delivery and things like that, and their whole pregnancy in general, but until you go through it, you don't really know what to expect because every pregnancy and every labour is different. But I'm definitely nervous about a lot of things. One of them is my labour, mostly. because I've experienced it before and people are advising me not to go for the epidural because I struggled after birth because of the epidural, but also I had other complications on the side of that. Hoping my recovery this time is a lot better, because honestly I cannot tell you how bad my recovery was with Cole. I might as well have had a C-section, it was that bad. And I think a lot of people don't know that, because I put on a brave face and I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, when actually I couldn't sit properly for 2 weeks. If you saw me sitting down, you think, what the hell is wrong with you? Why don't you just sit properly? I couldn't sit. I had a lot of problems after giving birth to Cole, and I didn't feel any of my labour with him, and I'm really, really terrified of giving birth this time, because I don't know what the pain is like. I've had Braxton Hicks and I've had pains stronger than Braxton Hicks, and it's nearly killed me off. So I'm just sat here thinking, if the pains are that bad just for this, God knows what they're going to be like when I'm actually having full-on contractions, because I can hardly breathe through what I'm currently getting. So that is all the questions. That was probably the longest Q&A I've ever done, and this is meant to be a vlog, so I'm sorry that was so long, but hopefully I answered all your questions that you guys have. If you do have any questions, leave them on my social media. I'm not going to say in the comments because I think that YouTube has turned off my comments due to having minors in my video. So if you want to give me any feedback on my videos, my social media is linked below, so you guys can go and follow me on there or message me, whatever you want to do. So I'm now going to take this time to go and get some stuff done, because truth be told, I'm not going to be able to do it when he's awake. So I'm going to hurry up and get stuff sorted while he's asleep, and then we will vlog when he's awake. Are you drawing?
Wow. Oops.
This is before his haircut. Are you excited?
No.
Look at you. Don't you look cute? How do you feel with your new haircut? Do you like it? He's too busy with his buttons. Before anyone judges me, do not judge that mess in the corner. It is literally just pillows that I've put over there from my bed, because I take them off and I've not had a chance to make the beds today. And then all of our drying from the washer, which I'm just about to put away because that needs to be put away so I can put some fresh washing on there, then put another load of washing on. I've really not had a chance today to do a lot at all, so don't judge the mess you see, guys. It is not easy getting everything done with a toddler that loves to play 24/7 and doesn't nap very long. So as you can tell, Cole's been for a haircut. It definitely was an experience for sure, that's for sure. They had to take phone numbers and names for track and trace, which did put me on edge, because the last thing I want is somebody ringing me telling me that I've been in contact with somebody that has had coronavirus, because the thought of getting it or being around anybody that gets it worries me a lot. But fingers crossed it doesn't come down to that. Cole has just put on Home Alone 2, so we're going to chill watching that. I'm going to end this vlog here because, again, like I said, I do have so much to do. I've not had a chance to get anything done today. I have managed to wash the pots and put a few things in the recycling bin. But apart from that, I've not had a chance to do anything today because it's just been go, go, go. So hopefully when Cole goes to sleep, I can get some stuff done. And I just can't believe how grown up he looks from his haircut. I always find that though, after he's had a haircut, he looks so grown up. So yeah, honestly melts my heart. But anyway, I'm gonna go now. Hope you guys did enjoy this vlog. If you did, please smash a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I would be extremely grateful. And if you haven't already, please click that notification bell and be notified every single time I upload a video, and I'll see you in my next video.